What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Torrence, and in today's video, I'm finally doing the tutorial I told you all I would make in my Pat McGrath's collections video. Recently, I've been posting all of the eyeshadows that I have by a particular brand and giving you all the option to choose which tutorial is next. And today, the winner was the Mothership II Sublime palette. As you can see here, this palette is a very neutral palette, but it does have some pop of colors with those pink and greens. But I wanted to keep things as natural and subtle as possible, so I used most of those golds and bronzy shades here. Pat McGrath makes my absolute favorite shimmer formulas, and I'm really excited to start this tutorial. So if you would like to know any of the details on the brushes or makeup that I'm using, all things will be listed in the description bar below. But if you would like to see how I achieve this eye look, just go ahead and continue to watch. Ready to jump straight into things, and you already know what it is. Mother McGrath. I absolutely love them. She has my favorite shimmer formula. And today we are using the Mothership II palette. This was the palette that got the most requests. I absolutely love it simply because it has that green shade there. But today I want to try to keep things neutral and avoid those colorful shades simply because I am headed to work. And for my last look, I did a very bold, vibrant blue look, which you can check out here. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. And the biggest issue that most people have with this palette is the fact that there are only two mattes, which are these two shades here. You have a dark brown and a black. For me, it just means I would more than likely just put just this in the crease and put one of these lid shades on, which is more than likely what I'm gonna do today. I want to just keep this simple, head out. And because I have a limited choice of mattes, I'm gonna just start off with this one here called Dark and blend that into my entire crease. Still testing out my Wayne Goss number 16 brush. And the first thing I can tell you is I'm loving the fact that these mattes have no kick up. Although that is truly not an issue for me. Many people don't like the idea of that being considered wasting product. But I'm the type of person who will go back in and grab that product, because screw that. And look at how fast and easily that blended. Y'all just saw that right before your very eyes, honey. I just took that one big brush and just blended that straight up and out. Like, I'm gonna go in and just knock out this other side really quickly. And the thing is, with a blend that soft and that beautiful, it makes you truly wonder, do I want to bother it? Nope. I don't even want to risk putting a transition with that and ruin it. So what we're going to do now is take a Wayne Goss number 17 brush. It's slightly smaller. We're going to take that exact same shade and blend that a little deeper down into the crease. Going to load up my brush, knock off the excess. And simply because I have hooded lids, I really like to get that crease as dark as possible. But I don't want to go in with the black just yet. And look at how fast Mother McGrath builds and blends. Gonna build it up on one side of the brush here and take that right here on the outer corner. I just want that to be a little darker. Buff that out. Next step, like, honey, this right here by itself is already a pretty look. Mother McGrath may be expensive, but she's quality. And do you see the blend on this? Mother McGrath did not come into play, and I'm really tempted to add a little black to this. You know what? Screw it. To deepen up my outer V, I'm going to go into this shade here, Extreme Black, but I want to go in very carefully, so I'm going to just tap just the tip of my brush in, knock off any excess product, and then we're going to go just right to the very outer tips here and try to buff that out. I don't want to take it into the crease. And I don't want that to look black, I just want it to be a little darker than a brown. That's enough for me. That other side. And every now and then I like to test the waters out, see how things are gonna go, because I always use a glitter primer on my lids. We're gonna take a risk today, trust Mother McGrath and try to put that down. But I can't promise you nothing, because honey, most shadows never just stick. For my lids, on the inner half, I wanna go into this shade here, Iconic. And then for the outer half of my lids, I'm gonna go into this shade here, Coppertone. All right, so we got some on the brush here. We're just gonna spread it right down. Ooh. Mother McGrath says she sticks. Ooh. We're gonna press that all the way up into the crease. Buff that over. And we only want to take this halfway, remember. So don't go too far over. Otherwise, we won't have enough room for the next shade. And buff that all the way up into the crease. Okay, Mother. And I want to do the other side now. And just because I'm extra and I usually don't try this technique, we're going to take full advantage of it. And I want to see what this looks like foiled without a glitter primer underneath it. Most people tend to use water or a facial spray. I'm going to just use my MAC Fix Plus because I have it here. I've already loaded up this brush. I'm going to spray it just a little bit. And then you go right back over the same area. Okay, to me, I think I honestly like the way that it glimmered before I foiled it. It seems to give me more color payoff this way. Yeah, it's definitely more opaque this way. But I think the sparkles just seem to catch the light a little better before I foiled it. But because we've already done that on this side, we're going to go ahead and foil our brush. Do it on this side. So I'm going to grab a different paddle brush, my old favorite, the MAC 252, and we're going to use that to go into Coppertone and do the outer half. It has been so long since I have used this brush. You all don't know the memories it is just instantly bringing back. Yes, Mother. Other side. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to foil that one. Just going to spray a dry brush instead of adding more product and just run that across it just to make sure it's hydrated. Next, for our lids, to give it the most ultimate high shine, I'm going to add this shade here, Bronze 005. These four are considered Pat McGrath special formulas, and so I always like to top off one of these colors with one of these here. And because we're going neutral, we're going to stick with this color here today. I know this MAC brush is already wet, but because I love it and having used it in such a long time, I'm just going to go straight in with this brush, and hopefully it starts off foiling it from the jump. Oh, yep. Color's already wet, and what I want to do is just take this right down the center between those first two colors. Just like that to catch the light. It doesn't have to be prominent, and we don't want it to be the dominant color, but we do want that glow that it provides. Look at the way that shines, honey. Oh yeah. I am telling you, Pat McGrath never lets me down. Although the packaging on one of her palettes did have me go, the quality of these shadows, you can't tell me nothing about, Mother. Trying to see, do I want to go into my crease and deepen that up a little more, or do we want to keep this subtle and natural? You know what, we're pretty the way we is. What I'm going to go ahead and do is cut away, finish the face, and I'll be back to show you all how we're going to finish off the eyes. We're back, and I am telling you, I am loving it. This is such a pretty and natural look. You all know I love my colors, but for some reason today I just woke up with the feeling of wanting to use old products that I already have. Because this is one of the very first eyeshadow palettes that Mother McGrath has released, I just went back and started grabbing a bunch of old favorites. For foundation, I brought back my NARS Sheer Glow. I always keep a bottle of this even if I am using other things at the current moment. For my lower lash line, I went in with my Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in Extreme Black. I only have that on the lower lash line because most people can never see the top line. For blush, pulled out an old favorite, the Becca Luminous Blush in the shade Snapdragon. I absolutely love warm pink blushes. The thing is, with Becca's, you have to be extremely careful because these things are pigmented. I'm talking IT Cosmetics level of pigment, Juvia's Place levels of pigment. When it comes to blushes, they do not play, but I just love the way it gives me a nice flush here. For mascara, I wanted to try out something new. I have the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. Have this here in a sample size. Didn't feel like buying a new one. And honestly, I was really surprised at the effect it gave. But this brush here is so large. And the handle here is so small, it is very difficult to use it this way. I was able to get it on, but with this formula being so thick and this handle being so small, more than likely I don't see me repurchasing it because my Lancome Monster Big is a really thick mascara and I have an easy time with applying that. And usually thicker mascaras have a tendency to dry out a lot faster, and we'll keep trying this out, but I don't see it replacing my Lancome Monster Big. For gloss, I'm trying out the Opulus Gloss in Bronze Seduction. This gloss is actually really pretty. To me, it's prettier on camera than it is in person because in person it has way more reflective particles than it normally would, which takes away from the shine that it produces. And I just love her normal formula of Lust Gloss over the Opulus. You already know what's this one. Bronze Temptation is my absolute favorite. I keep this mini one with me, have a full size over there. But between these two, just because they both said bronze, I would always go with the Lust Gloss formula over the Opulus one. I think this one would look better with either a lipstick or a liner under it. These are beautiful by themselves. Anything else? My normal Fuego highlighter that I've been wearing. But I want to go in and show you how we're going to finish off the lower lash line, because just to give ourselves a little more drama, I'm going to go in with my old favorite MAC 219 brush. Oh, and that was another thing too. Once I used my old favorite brush for eyeshadow, my MAC 252, it instantly had me bringing out a bunch of old brushes. I also used the MAC 242 to highlight underneath the brows. For foundation, I brought back my IT brushes for Ulta, my Velvet Luxe LBD foundation brush. I'm so upset they no longer sell this one. You can even see how beat up and damaged this one is. That painting here has come off, but the brush still performs as good as it did the day I bought it. And to set the face, I went in with the LBD bronzer brush, another discontinued brush from the it for Ulta line, but these are just two brushes I plan on never getting rid of. And as you can see, the way it got that foundation laying, you can understand why. We're going to stick to our pencil brush, go back into our matte brown shade called Dark, and just smoke out our lower lash lines. It's just really bright there, and I just want to add a little color. Starting at the outer rim and try to connect those. This doesn't have to be bold or anything, but we do want some color there. And that'll help accentuate just how bright my under eye highlight concealer is by having this smokiness. And it'll also accentuate our bottom lashes. And you can see how we have just a slight bit of smokiness going there without any black. Hit up the other side. To finish off the eyes, all we need is an inner corner highlight. And although this shade here, Skin Show Glow, has a pink tone to it, it is the lightest shade in the palette. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that to highlight my inner eye corner. I'm going to really load this up. Try to press that in the center because I truly don't believe that that pink tone is going to show through so much that people are going to be able to tell that I went from warm to cool tones. Yeah, see, I personally would prefer a little more gold to it, but I'm going to put this down first. And because that comes off as such a natural highlight, we're gonna go back in. We gonna top her off. Yeah, honey, I tried to be nice and simple with that, but she not giving me the reflectiveness I need. So we're gonna top her off with this shade here, Bronze 005. Although that color is right, the shine isn't. So by adding this little gold to it. Okay, bam, that's what we needed. Okay, to me that's a little more flattering, and with that color already being right here in the center of the lids, it really helps blend things together. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh. Now it's time to finish things off. Fix Plus to add a dewy look. All-nighter so it'll last all day. Cheap fan, expensive breeze. Good times. Gonna give this a few more seconds to dry and I'll be back with my final thoughts. And this is the final look. I'm gonna go ahead and give you all a full face view of things. And I am telling you, honey, this has me feeling expensive. Oh my goodness. Pat McGrath does not play when it comes to the shadow quality. She's my favorite shimmer brand in the world. And now that I've been testing out different brushes and things that I've had in my collection but haven't been using, her matte formula is just rising up on the charts for me. Like, this is so simple and so stunning. And to know that not only one, did I not use a transition shade, but two, I didn't use a glitter primer underneath. So it's like, you stepping out the box, you trying new things, and the glow on here, I know normally I use my Maybelline Dewy and Smooth, but I brought back an old favorite, and the way I am looking poreless and flawless got me like, I cannot wait to get to work to show this one off here, because baby, I know they're gonna want to see this tutorial. But I hope you all truly did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out my collections playlist, which I'll leave linked right here. You can go to any of those videos and leave a comment letting me know which palette you want to see a tutorial on. When I posted my Pat McGrath collection, this was the one that received the most votes, so this is the one I did first. But if you all would like to see another one, just go ahead and leave a different comment underneath this one. But once again, I hope you all truly enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I have a surprise coming up for you all. And with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye YouTube.